Hello, party people. Hello, it's Randy for Thunderhorse Descendant. I'm here today with the last project from July for Bargain Bead Box. It's September, but you know, we're doing the best we can around here. So this is the last project for September, for July, Bargain Bead Box. This is the waterfall necklace with all the white beads. So we are going to create this today. Super excited about it. Yeah, so if you're new to the channel, welcome in. I invite all of you newbies to come on over to the Facebook group where you're going to get a little more interaction with the Thunderhorse Descendants. It's a great community over there. So if you have a chance, I'm going to link that in the description of this video. So come on over, show us what you're working on. We would love to have you and support you and see what you have on your mat and just have you start interacting with our community. We have a lovely bunch of beaders, and so it's super good. Anyhow, also, if you're not new, if you're new and you've never been around, please come to the morning coffee where we have morning coffee every day, Monday through Friday. That's on the YouTube. Starts at 9 a.m. Central Time. So I invite you to do that. But yeah, let's get into this. Let's get into this last project for July, Bargain Bead Box. Let's see what we can do. Let's get down to the mat. Alrighty, ladies and gents, here we are on the mat. Let's get this open. Struggle is real today. Okay. Alrighty. So here are all of our beads that we have left that we said we were going to use for this necklace. I'm just going to sort them here. And we'll get to rocking and rolling. Now, as I recall, we said we were going to add some of these into the waterfall portion. There are two different kinds of beads there, the mother of pearl and the crystals. I don't know if you can see that, but I am just going to leave them mixy together. And then we have this guy. So, we had said that we are going to utilize this chain, and we're going to start wrapping things into the chain. So I think what I will do is I'm going to take this chain. Now I know we're going to be doing a lot of cutting on this chain, so I'm not too terribly worried about it, honestly. So I'm just literally going to cut off a chunk here about let's say 3 inches. And we're going to build up this way. So if you've been around here for a little while, you know I like to get my pendant and things ready first before I start going for it. So I'm just going to measure out 3 inches. So right here. Okay. And we're just going to start with that. So, first things first, we said that we were going to wrap some of these crystals around this agate stone before we put them into the chain. So I think I'm going to try that. I'm going to get some wire out here, and let me see what kind of size wire we're going to use. 20 gauge seems a little excessive. 22 even. Some small stuff. I got 26. That's also 26. Got some square. So it looks like my options here for silver are 22 or 26. So I think I am going to go with the 22 for the time being. We'll see how it works. So I got me some Soft Flex craft wire. This is non-tarnishing silver, 22 gauge, so I am going to be using that today. FYI, if you're new around here, this is a working studio, so if you hear some things, it's because we're doing work. Also, just threw that across the room. Also, we have pets. I gotta get it. we've got pets, and I got my Jakey dog. He's my hound dog, and he's laying down here snoring and doing all kinds of things, so you know how that goes. Alright, let's take a look here. So I think how I'm going to start this out is I'm going to start this out by creating a loop, a wrapped loop, but I am going to put this into the chain. So I'm going to start the loop. I'm going to make it fairly large, not too bad, but right here seems like a good place to start. Okay, so I'm just creating a loop. I like to bend mine with my thumbnail. I'm creating this loop. I have my tail. So before I do anything, I am going to put this onto the chain. So I'm just going to grab a hold of it and open it a little bit so I can get it on there. Now, this chain, we said we were going to wrap this in. So it's not actually supposed to be right up close. So I think what I'll do is I'm going to count about 4 links on each side. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I will utilize 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'll utilize the 5th one to wrap that into. And we will do the same on the other side. Get this going. Okay, so once we are here, okay, I'm going to go ahead and just wrap 3 times with this. There's 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then I'm going to cut that off. And I'm going to push all this in, kind of tighten it up a little bit. And then we got some links going. Now I'm not too terribly concerned about how that loop is looking right now because that's not my main concern. So right now, this is what I have. So I'm in the 5th link. You can barely see those up there. I'm in the 5th link. I got all this extra. Not even concerned about that right now. We're going to put our bead on. And we're going to wrap the other side. Now I'm going to leave a little bit of space here so I can get my wraps in there and everything. So again, before I just go wrapping this around, I got to get it in the chain. So I got that ready to go. I got to go over here and count 4. Now this one has a little extra piece of chain attached. Okay. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 going into the 5th one, which is this one right here. All right. Okay. Get on there, you. Now that it's on there, I can go ahead and wrap. Now, and I have a loopy chain, so now I'm going to have to go through this chain just to get wrapped around, but that's fine. Okay, and I am going to go one more, and then I'm going to show you what I'm going to do here. Okay, so I'm all the way tight up to the bead, and I have this excess of tail, and that's what I'm going to use to wrap the beads around the bead, around this larger bead. Now we're not going to be wrapping a whole lot of beads around here, but we are going to just be maybe wrapping a few for each side. So I'm going to do that with the tail. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to get some of these crystals. I'm just using the crystals, not the others. And I'm going to start by putting on, let's say 3. Okay. So I'm going to start by putting on 3. And I want this wire to show. I don't want it to be, you know, it's not really meant to be like, really, it's kind of supposed to be free flowing is what I'm trying to say. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and grab myself a crimp bead, a silver crimp bead. Let me see, where are the silver crimp beads? Maybe I want to, no. I was thinking, oh, maybe I want to use the gunmetal colors to bring a little interest, but I think I'll stick with the bright silver. Okay, and then I'm going to put the crimp bead on here. And I'm going to do a flat crimp on this crimp bead. So I'm going to give it a little space to move, so I'm not going to put it way close up there. But then I'm just going to flatten it. Okay. And now I'm going to go around. Well, maybe I should do a full crimp on it so it looks better. Ouch. Where's my crimping tool? It's a little better. Okay, so now I'm just going to come to this side and I'm going to add 3 crystals. On this side. Around this side of the bead. And okay, gotta get around this chain, so I gotta get back up here. Now, your wrap wouldn't have to be tight. You know, you can make this any way you want. If you don't want to use the crimp, you don't have to. I just thought that I wanted to make sure those would stay there. So, this one's coming around the front. You could leave it that way, 2 here, and then 1 around the front, which is what I think I'll do. It's kind of up to you, your design element here. And then I'm going to go again around this chain, make sure my bead stays there. Around, so I'm just still wrapping. Just wrapping, just free-forming, wrapping it around. See, kind of manipulating how I want it to be. And then I'm going to wrap until I can get back up here and go around this wrap that we already created. So I gotta go through this chain again. I might have to get my plier. There we go. And you just want to make sure you're not wrapping in your chain, which it looks like I'm doing good. Just keep twisting until I am happy with the wrap. And I believe I am, so I'm going to very carefully come in here and cut, make sure I'm not cutting anything I'm not supposed to be cutting. I'm going to tuck this tail in. Make it, squish it down a little bit so it's a little more tight. And there we go. Alright, so now make sure everything is untangled here. I'm getting gravity involved. I like it. I do like it. I think I would like this to be a little more rounded. You know what? You know what I'll do? Instead of messing around trying to squish it, I'm just going to put a bead cover on it. I do like it there, simply because it's not going to let these front move. And one of my reasonings for that is not only does it bring a little bit of interest, but also I want to make sure that it's going to hang straight. So you got to have a weight disbursement, which is why I only put 3 on the other side, but I just let them fall where they wanted to fall. So I am just going to go ahead and do a bead cover. This is a 3mm bead cover over the top of the crimp bead. I'm just going to put him on there. Nice. Kind of squished him up a little bit. Kind of squished him up a little bit, but he's okay. Alright. So now this part is ready to start in with the chain with the links. So I am going to create the links first. I know normally we would like create the whole bit. I'm going to zoom out a little. We would create the whole pendant part, but because we're utilizing this piece of chain and we got to see the lengthwise once we start putting the beads in, how much extra chain we're going to have left over, so we know how much we have to drop and then build up on. So to start that process, I am going to I think I will cut, let's see, let's do an inch. I'm going to measure out an inch. Let's do an inch. An inch is fine. Inch, inch and a half, I guess. Maybe an inch and a half. So I'm going to measure an inch and a half here, which is right here. And I'm going to cut this off. So I'm going to count these and see how many this gives us. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 17 links. 17 links. So I am going to go here and count 17 links. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 17 is this one. And I'm going to cut the one above it. And I'm going to do this 6 times. Okay? So I'm going to do this I'm going to count 17. I'm going to do it 6 times. So I'll be right back. Alrighty, so I did it 6 more times, giving me a total of 8 pieces of chain. 2, 4, 6, 8, yeah, 8 pieces of chain. Each piece of chain has 17 links on it. So now what we're going to do is we're going to start wrapping up our beads. Okay? So we start wrapping up our beads. Now you can do this any which way you feel comfortable. You could use the one-step looper, you could wire wrap them, you could wire wrap them all and then attach them, which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to wire wrap all of them and then attach them with jump rings. If you did not want to do that, you could wire wrap them into the strand, which is also an option for you. But I think I'm just going to wire wrap them up. So I'm still using my 22 gauge soft flex craft wire, and I am going to start by creating a loop, and I want all my loops to be the same size. So I'm going to put a little mark on my round nose with a Sharpie. So I'm going to make all of them. Ooh. Yeah, I'm going to make all of them this size. So now, when I go to my wire, I go to this mark, you can see, and I make my loop there. Now, this should all be about the same size. So like I said, I'm not wire wrapping them into the chain. I'm just going to go ahead and wire wrap them all and attach them with jump rings. Whatever you want to do is up to you. And I'm just going to create a loop. And these beads here, you guys, didn't we have bead covers for these? I felt like we did. Did we not? Maybe not. I thought we did. Okay. These guys are the guys that we're going to use to wire wrap into the dangly parts. But I am going to grab out a couple here of each just to tie it all in together. I'm going to grab 4 mother of pearl and then 2, 4, 6 crystals. And we'll put the rest of them back. Okay, so then this way, when I'm wrapping, I can make little different designs. I just have to remember to make the same design twice. So I'm going to do a crystal on this one with a mother of pearl on top for the first one. And line that up on my round nose and wrap. I generally do a little flattening of the loop just to give it a little bit of work harden. So there's one. Okay, so now I have to make the same one for the other side. Just wrapping that around. See if I can get that little guy tucked in there without having to cut it. Although I like to cut it. It's part of the process. Alright. Give this guy a little squish. And I make the same one to match the other side. Crystal. Large white bead and a mother of pearl. And then wrap this one up. Okay, so that is the process here. That's all I'm doing. And then I'm going to make all of these, and then I will jump back on to show you how we're going to attach them. I am going to make them different. I just have to make sure that I have one for each side that is the same. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. We'll be right back. Alright guys, we are back. I got all of my, let me zoom you out a little bit. I got all of my links made. I did have about 4 beads left. I don't know that I will need them. So I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 10 beads wound up, and we're going to just start putting them together. So for this, normally I would want to use an oval jump ring, but I think the chain is going to be a little small, so I got these 4mm Tinky Tots. These are what I call Tinky Tots, 4mm rounds. You know, I might have some Tinky Tot ovals. I wonder if I do. If I do, I probably don't know where they are right now. But I have 4mm ovals. I know that because we sell them on the website. But I don't know. Let me look. Let me just look in this lazy Susan. Real quick, like. Oh, Tinky Tots, where are you? I don't know where they are right now. So we're going to use Tinky Tot rounds, and we're just going to start putting this together. And it should be pretty easy because we already have, we're going to start down here on the pendant. And I just want to make sure that this is, you know, kind of laying right, which I believe it is. And all I'm going to do is just take one of the little rounds and we're going to start attaching. So let's see if this guy fits in there. He does. And I'm going to start with a bead. So you could use any bead. I'm just going to use this one. Sounds like Jake's moving around. Okay. I'll attach the other one to the other side. Hi, Jakey. And again, I just want to make sure this isn't tangled up in any kind of way. And what do I got? I got my mother of pearl on the bottom. Okay. Looking pretty snazzy, I think. Okay, now we add chain. So I think what I'll do in order to make it easier is I'm just going to link all these together first before I connect them on, because otherwise, you know, it'll just be easier that way. So I'm going to leave this one blank on the bottom so that I can attach it to that link down there. It'll be like this, right? But just for this point of the video, I'm just going to link them all before I attach to the pendant. So now I link onto there, add another little thing of chain. Oh, not that one. This one. And connect. These are locking jump rings. Locking teeny tots. Tinky tots. That's what they are. Jake's still upset. Yeah. Oh my goodness, you guys. So let's get in there, and then this one. Kind of a process here, but it's fine. Let's see. Maybe I'll put this one next. Oh, hello. I mean, I could do that, but I'm adding chain. You could put beads next to beads if they're feeling snazzy about it. No rules over here at the Thunder House. Just do whatever you think is best. Okay. Now, as I'm sitting here thinking about this, I'm thinking, do we have a, did we have a lobster claw reserved for this or something? I don't think we did, because it wasn't in the bag. So we'll have to think about the end portion of this once we get there. This is the last piece of chain for this side. And I think I have one more bead. Okay. And it's a plain bead. Alright, now this is what I got, all linked together, looking pretty good. Now I just attach that on. Now if I wanted to, you know what I think I'll do is originally I was gonna go this way, but I think I'll flip it over and I'll have bead on bead, but that's okay. I would prefer to have that bead in the front than in the back, so I'm just gonna flip that and attach onto my pendant. Looks good. Alright, so that's what we're working with. Zoom me out a little bit. I always go the wrong way. So you can see. Yeah, looking pretty snazzy, I think. Gonna be also that chain up top gives us, if you want to shorten, you can. I don't know the exact measurements on this quite yet, but we'll find out when we get there. But we're looking good so far. So I'm going to whip up the other side, then I'll come back and we're going to start attaching on like the little waterfall bits. So let me do that and I'll be right back. Alright guys, this is what she looks like put together. We currently have a 24-inch necklace. Now, I'm going to leave mine 24 inches. I haven't made some 24-inch necklaces in a while. I've been really stuck on 18. I don't know. But I thought, oh no, I'll just leave it. It'll be fine. I did say I wanted it to be shorter. So I guess maybe I could do 20 inches by just taking off these two jump rings. Maybe I'll do that. Then it'll be 20 inches. Okay, we'll do that. So I'm just going to take off these two chains on the top, and that'll give us 20 inches, which is a little more my speed. You do what you want. If you want that length, you can have it. And then we're going to start talking about the waterfall portion. So I'm just going to take these off real quick, and we'll just attach on our findings on the end here, so it'll be all finished. Okay, so let's leave those off. And then for findings, I think what I am going to do is, since we didn't have anything set aside for this, I don't know if I want to do a lobster. I guess I could. I'll just do a lobster. That'll be fine. So I'll just do a lobster with maybe one of these twisted jump rings on the end to attach to. So let me do that. So that's done. You could use any finding you know, that you had rolling around. Doesn't really matter. Whatever your preference is. I'm just using another one of these Tinky Tots to attach on, and then this is a twisted jump ring that is split. I'm just going to attach that here. Make sure that guy's on there good. No, it's good. Just needed a little stretch. Okay, so we got that. So this part is done. Now you could stop here and have yourself a lovely day, but you know, or you could be me and you know, more is more. So for this portion of the waterfall, we do have this extra chain left. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start looking at this chain situation. So now that I have these back, these are 1.5 inch, and we know that because we cut them 1.5 inches. So I think those guys I'm going to put here, and then we're going to work our way in. So I want to do kind of smaller chain. Well, let me see. Maybe here. Okay, 1.5 and then 1. Okay, so let me cut 2 pieces of 1 inch. So I cut, here we go. So this will be about 1 inch, and let's see how many links we got on that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 11 links. So let me get a couple of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then cut the 12th one. Okay, so then those will go here. I'm going to cut a couple more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And cut. Okay, now I got 2 more for right here. And those are going to start going directly onto the chain. So now these ones here, I'm going to make them a little longer. So I can probably get, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's 1 inch. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So that's 1.5 inches. Do that. And I'll have 2 of those. Maybe I could get 3 of those out of here. We'll see what we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 10, 11, 12. Okay. So this is 17, and I cut this one, which leaves us with 11. Perfect. Isn't that crazy? Crazy town. Okay, so now we look at it and we say, okay, do we want the long on the inside? And then have the short in the middle? Or do we want 3 shorts in the middle? Let's see how that looks. Oh, I think I kind of enjoy that better. Yeah. All right. So now we got to get into our little beads that we have left. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. Okay. 2. So we got to remember these are going to go on here, so we want them to match. 2, 2, 2. I'm only putting the mother of pearl down here in the center. I think I have another mother of pearl rolling around in here. Yeah, I got 2 more. we'll put those here, one here. Okay, so let me see. I'm looking in the monitor to see if that's what I like. I do have these 4 larger beads. Let me just experiment with that. Ooh, come here, you. I mean, we could put those 3 on there. I don't know quite how I feel about it. Would bring it together a little bit better. I don't know that I want them on the end. Maybe I'll put them. Well, maybe, okay. I'll put them all 3 in the center, but then they're going to hang at the same level. I don't like that. Maybe over here. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so I got 1 left. I'm not going to use it. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to wire wrap these up, and I'll show you how I'm going to do that. I'll show you 1, and then I'll show you how I'm going to put it on, and then I'm going to go presto changeo. This is what it looks like. Okay, so how I'm going to do that is I'm going to again go back to the 22 gauge wire, and oh, what this is right here we go. Had a little funky thing on it. And I might, these ones I put on the end, I think I will use a ball head pin because that's just going to make it easier. So let me see, ball head pin. Do I have any short ones? I got gold short ones. Okay. So I'll start here with this one on the side over here. Or, well, maybe we should start in the middle. I'll start in the middle just for funsies. So I am going to put this white one on the bottom. So I'm going to use this guy. And again, I'm just going to spin him up. Okay. I am going to attach him to the chain by putting the chain on there. Sorry, a little blurry. Get this all tucked in. And now he's on the chain. And then this little guy, well, you know what? I could probably use ball head pins for all of these. Hey! Alright, ball head pins it is. Ball head pin for this little guy. Excuse me. Wire him up. And I'm just going to attach him wherever on the chain. No big deal there. Make sure he's on there. There we go. And close him up. Wrap him around. Tuck this in. There we go. Okay, so this one dangle is ready to go. So what I need to do to attach it is I'm just going to use the Tinky Tots. And the only thing I need to really do for spacing, oh, sorry, bumped the camera, is to count how many I have down here. So counting from where the one after that's connected to the necklace. Okay. See how many we got. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, of course. So, 21. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I'm going to put him right here in the middle on 10. Just going to connect onto the chain and then connect on to the necklace. Okay, and that's how I'm gonna go. So I already kind of got it set up. So again, when I do these ones and I go to put them on, I'm gonna start counting from the middle out, and I might go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, connect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, connect. And so that's how I'm gonna do that. This one here, the side ones, I'm going to find the best place to connect them on the side, and I'll explain that to you guys when I come back. But I'm going to wind all these up and attach them on, and I'll be right back. Alrighty guys, so this is what she looks like all done up. I've got all of the little guys spun up, all the little beads, and just put them on. I just made sure to make sure that each side, you know, was the same. I did that by counting the links. Some have more than others, like these have 3. And just again by counting the links. I started in the middle and I counted out to make sure the links were in the middle. And then connected here to the jump ring and here to the jump ring of each. So that's how it's looking. But yeah, this is donezo. It was actually quite fun to make. I really like it a lot. It was more of one of the designs I made that was kind of like a more plain design, or not so intricate of a design, but it actually turned out to be kind of intricate, like more than I thought that it would. But I really enjoy it. I really like this part with the wrapped crystals on that stone. I think it gives it a little something. So anyways, this is what we got. I will get you guys some photos, and yeah, that's what we'll do. So I hope you guys are enjoying these videos. If you are, please make sure to give them a thumbs up. Remember to subscribe to the channel. You can swing on over to my website, www.thunderhorse-descendant.com, and check out what we got going on over there if you'd like. We have beads, we have a bead store and a handmade jewelry store, which is where you can find this once I get it posted up in there, if you would prefer to just have this one. If you're like, that's too much winding for me, I will just have that one. I'll be posting it on the site pretty soon. So anyways, I hope you guys have a lovely day, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye-bye.